Hello, ladies and gentlemen, ASCS Frontier Region Sprint Car Series. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, field rolls down the back straightaway and into turn number 3, going 3 wide in salute to you. And in return, we ask you to stand and make some noise so they can hear you over the rumble of the engines. Wave your hat, wave your program, wave your newborn, but not too hard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Winged Warriors of the Frontier Region of the American Sprint Car Series. Let's go racing! Field rumbles down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Pick out your favorite. We're going 25 laps for $2,000. Brian Gossel and Kelly Miller, if you were here last night, you know what time it is. As they bunch up into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4, it is hammer down time with the Frontier Region Workery at Sheridan Speedway. Field thunders into 1 and 2. Brian Gossel slams it over on Kelly Miller and takes the lead down the back straightaway. Gossel, Miller, and then it's Elijah Kyle into the 3rd spot. He's under attack. Brian Gossel has the opening lap lead. Kelly Miller into 2nd. Cars going high, going low all the way around the Sheridan Speedway. Austin Gossel and Elijah Kyle going side by side all the way around the racetrack. Kelly Miller going low this time off of turn number 4, trying to keep pace with Brian Gossel. Gossel is out in front, looking pretty good in the 6G. Gossel, Miller, Kyle, Austin Gossel, Trevor Kirkland into the 5th spot. He's under attack from Zach Lurton off of turn number 4. Lurton crosses over into 1 and 2 with a slide job into 5th in the 2J. Kirkland cuts it back and he takes the 5th spot back. As off of turn number 4, the race is on for the lead. Kelly Miller to the inside of Brian Gossel. Gossel able to fend off the charge. Miller retreats to the top of the racetrack and have to reload and refire now. 4 laps complete. Miller getting off of turn number 4 very well. This time the back end almost comes around on him. He was side by side with the 6G. Gossel getting through the top of 1 and 2 very well as Miller with a bit of a slip up off of turn number 4. That last time, Miller back down there once again, this time off of turn number 4. Elijah Kyle starting to lurk in the 12H. They will come up on Michaela Worley, trying to put her a lap down. Here comes Kelly Miller. Miller airing him up. He cuts it down off of turn number 4, side by side at the race lead. Gossel able to put some distance between himself and Miller. Worley right in the middle of the racetrack as Miller has to clear her this time off of turn number 2. Miller dips her down low through 3 and 4, trying to go even with the 6G. Can't make it happen. Kyle clears Worley. Cruz rigging off the pace on the back straightaway. Down the back chute, we'll see if he'll pull off or if we'll have to bring out the caution. Kelly Miller and Gossel off of turn number 4. 9 laps complete. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow flag is out. Oh, trouble, it's Cruz rigging. He's on fire down there in the pits. So, reports indicating that Cruz rigging is out of the car and okay. As you see, down in the front straightaway, that orange cone with the bell helmet on the top of it. Note that, and then look down into turns 3 and 4. You'll see a green delineator next to the tractor tire in between turns 3 and 4. That is the start of the bell helmet's restart zone. So whenever Brian Gossel passes that green delineator. He can fire any time after that, and nobody can pass until they get past the orange cone here on the front straightaway. So we're going to go lights out this time. 9 laps complete, 16 laps to go. Brian Gossel is your leader. Kelly Miller in second. Elijah Guile in third. Austin Gossel fourth. Trevor Kirkland fifth. Zach Blurton in sixth. Christian Kinnison in seventh. Eighth is Brian Brown. Ninth, Shad Peterson. 10th is Ian Myers. Fred Halls and Michaela Worley in 12th. Gossel enters the bell helmet restart zone and fires this time. Good restart for Brian Gossel as he rolls into 1 and 2 with a bit of a swirly swirl, but Miller's not close enough to capitalize. This time down the back straight into turn number 3. Miller dips her down low through 3 and 4. They're going to be side by side this time off of turn number 4. Kelly Miller into 1 and 2, took a shot for the lead off of 3 and 4, couldn't make it happen. Brian Gossel still has the lead. Miller sizing him up down to the bottom off of 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, Kelly Miller has the lead at the flag stand. 11 laps complete. Kelly Miller is to the lead off of turn number 4 at the Sheridan Speedway. Miller has the lead. Now he has to shut her down and go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Brian Gossel. Gossel going to cut her down into 1 and 2. He's all over him into 1 and 2 and doesn't go down to the inside. He follows Miller through and loses ground. Kelly Miller running the middle of turns 3 and 4. Gossel airing him up. He's going to have to cut her down to the inside into 1 and 2 with a slide job for the lead. Brian Gossel to the lead. Kelly Miller trying to cut it back. Down the back, shooting into turn number 3. They're going to be side by side coming off of turn number 4. Kelly Miller down to the bottom. Gossel up on the top. Give it to Brian Gossel back to the lead. Brian Gossel with the lead. Elijah Guile starting to close up in the 12H, trying to make it a 3-car race for the lead. The Fall Classic is turning into exactly that. Kelly Miller to the inside of Brian Gossel, this time off of turn number 4, as we're putting Worley back down a lap in the 13 car. Kelly Miller now in reload and refire mode as he's trying to run back down Brian Gossel. He's gone to the top of 3 and 4 this time. Zach Blurton is into the 5th spot in the 2J. Kelly Miller about a quarter of a straightaway behind Gossel. Miller looked like he was unable to hold the bottom of the racetrack, and that's how Gossel was able to get by him. He was not able to get down to the bottom of the racetrack, and that's how Gossel was able to wind her up and then make that move into 1 and 2. And a good defensive move to keep Miller behind him. This time Miller starting to close up on top of the racetrack. 7 laps to go here. Into 1 and 2. Miller following through Gossel. Here he comes to the inside off of 3 and 4. Side by side for the race lead once again. To the lead, it's Kelly Miller. Brian Gossel back down to the inside into 1 and 2. Can't make it happen. He's out of shape and into the weeds off of turn number 2. Kelly Miller may have just won himself the race with that move. 6 laps to go. Kelly Miller's out in front and starting to pull away. Elijah Guile pulls up to the back bumper of the 6G into 1 and 2. Hall starting to hold up Miller. Miller dips her down low to get by him off of turn number 4. 5 now. Just a few laps left for Kelly Miller. Austin Gossel trying to close up on Elijah Guile in the battle for 3rd into turn number 3. He does so. Can't make anything happen this time. 3 to go for the champ. Miller able to dispatch a Brian Brown. Elijah Guile to the inside of Gossel off of turn number 4 for 2nd. Unable to make the move. Gossel goes to the inside of Halls and scrubs off some speed. Elijah Guile cuts it down off of turn number 2, looking for a run into the second spot. Off of turn number 4, Kelly Miller taking the white flag. Guile and Gossel give it to Guile this time. As down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Points don't matter. Kelly Miller is still going for the victory. And off of turn number 4, the Fall Classic goes to Kelly Miller at the Sheridan Speedway. What a race. Elijah Guile in second in a 3-car race for third. Austin Gossel got it by the hair on his chinny chin chin. Wow.